Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to City Hall. Welcome to the capital city. The purpose of this press conference and press advisory is to welcome the Rockcats to Hartford. On behalf of the residents and the workers of Hartford, and on behalf as mayor of the capital city, we feel a special obligation also to be the host to our other 169 towns. This team transfer is intended to prevent the Rockcats from leaving the state of Connecticut. Approximately a year and a half ago, we were aware that the Rockcats were looking for a different venue. They will speak more to that issue. But primarily, my motivation as mayor, and I think the council, the city council, as well as represented here today, and there is, I think, unanimous support by the Hartford City Council and our council president, Sean Wooden, is the economic impact that this move will have for our city. That impact includes over 600 full-time jobs that will be created as a result of the activities associated with the relocation and the construction of the ballpark. During the construction phase, we estimate that there will be over 900 jobs that will be created. The city of Hartford will construct a new stadium at the location of 1214 Main Street. This is an area that has been not developed for a long time. This is an area where there is substantial growth opportunities for our city in terms of building out what is a substantial amount of acreage. This is an economic development opportunity for our city, which we simply could not pass up, and thus the unanimous support on behalf of my office and on behalf of council as represented here today, as well as all the folks from our office and other representatives that are here, which basically do support this economic development piece. And I want to thank everyone from our office that have been working very hard on this for many months to sustain and reach this day. The plans are to have the construction completed by April 1st of 2016, hopefully with a grand opening or a celebration on April 7th. So we hope that we will see all of you there on April 7th of 2016. The stadium would be over 220,000 square feet of space. It will involve different components which are still in the planning phases. It will seat close to 10,000 spectators, and we will need to make some slight modifications on Trumbull Street. It had been indicated previously that it was the site of 12B. It's not 12B. It's right next to 12B on Trumbull and Main. Over the last years, we've implemented different projects, especially during the last 4 years. We've implemented different projects to connect transportation and provide for economic development. Yesterday, we had a very great day with the announcement of UConn coming to our city. We've also worked very hard to increase the vibrancy of our city, especially in our downtown. Over the last few years, over the last months actually, we've had some very huge wins. New businesses that are relocating to Hartford, also universities that are wanting to be part of Hartford's revitalization. So today I am very proud that we are bringing professional baseball back to the city of Hartford, and that baseball is coming back to the capital city. I what makes this location very unique is the fact that it's very easily accessible from both 91 and 84. It's a great location, but we're also very excited, as I said earlier, about what this would do for our local economy. And it also helps us to celebrate what is a very long tradition of baseball in this city that we just need to revive. And I think you need to go to our parks, whether it's Cole Park or Kinney Park, during the weekends to see the high level of excitement that we have here and the passion that we have, going back to the days of Mayor Buckley, who was the first president of the Baseball Association. So this move marks an era of professional baseball in Connecticut. I could not be prouder of what together we have accomplished here today. And I know that a lot of questions will be asked, and we are here to answer those questions. We're committed to building this stadium with our local resources. That means the resources of the city of Hartford. We will be reaching out to the corporate community. I've spoken to many of our current corporate leaders in the city who are very excited about this announcement. But we as a city are committed to ensuring that as we work on our educational institutions, as we work to graduate our kids from school, that we also not lose sight of the fact that they will need housing and that they are going to need employment. And we are ready and stand committed to basically make the investment here at the local level to do this. So it's not just about baseball, it's about economic revitalization for our city. It's about bringing retail, bringing more restaurants, and bringing more vitality to the city of Hartford. This stadium will greatly expand our central business district and will also enable us to reconnect with North Hartford, a community that greatly needs an infusion of jobs and opportunities. So again, I want to thank my staff. I want to thank Council President and each one of the council members. I want to thank the other representatives here for this great day. And I also want to thank and acknowledge Josh Solomon, who is the managing partner, for his great vision and support of our capital city, and also Mr. Joe McEachran for their support and help with this project. So let me introduce Josh Solomon, and after that we'll hear from our council president, and then we'll take your questions. Josh?
Thank you, Mayor, council members, Joe McEachran, the president of the Eastern League, and the baseball fans. On behalf of our organization and our major league parent, the Minnesota Twins, we're excited to help begin a new era of professional baseball in Connecticut. This is not just about building a stadium, but building an entertainment cornerstone for Hartford for years to come. It's about adding great content to an already fantastic sports city. As an organization, we'll continue to provide the best professional baseball has to offer to our longtime fans as well as a new generation of fans. We're excited what the new ballpark will have to offer to the fans of Central Connecticut. And we cannot wait for the first pitch in 2016. Like the mayor, we're proud to be bringing baseball back to the city of Hartford. Thank you.
This is a partnership, and I'm very glad to report that our council president and the leadership of council has come together with the mayor's office to support this endeavor. So I would like to introduce Council President Sean Wooden.
So today is a great day for the city of Hartford. We've worked very hard over the past few years to revive Hartford and to invest in projects that stimulate local economic growth and create jobs for Hartford residents. This project will do just that. I am also pleased that this project will be a key anchor for promoting economic development in the downtown north area, which you've heard the mayor and this council talk a lot about over the past few years. And as a proud son of the north end of Hartford, I know that this will be a key economic driver to connect downtown north, and the north end of this city to expand our downtown area and to create jobs and economic opportunity for everyone in this city. And I am committed to continuing to work with the mayor, my colleagues on the city council, some of them who are standing with me today, Raul De Jesus, Kyle Anderson, Ken Kennedy. I saw Councilman Deutsch here somewhere. We're proud to stand with the mayor, to work with the business community, to work with the Rock Cats to make this a reality. So I say congratulations to all. Tom Deller, I know you have worked diligently on this project and your staff, but today is a great day. Thank you.
Mr. Tom Deller is a person that I've greatly abused over the past close to 2 years. I've given him so many projects. I asked him to do six things when he first arrived, and I think the list is up to about 500 things that I've given him so far, and he always comes through. At this point, open it up for questions. Yes.
What's the price tag? Is there any state involvement, assistance, or breaks of any kind involved? And for John, can you tell us, confirm, did you come to the city or did the city come to you?
The cost of the stadium, maximum commitment that the council, I think, has expressed will be willing to support is $60 million. That includes 10% owners' participation. It does not include the cost of land acquisition, although most of the land belongs to us. There is an additional parcel that we're purchasing for $1.7 million. This is totally funded at this point by the city of Hartford and putting forth our resources, because as I've indicated, it's a very important economic development piece. And there is no state participation. At this point, we've not asked for state participation, and it's totally our own local project. In order to maximize the revenue that will come to the city to offset the bonds that will be issued for the construction, there are different components. There's a possibility of having a TIF, tax incremental financing. Once we evaluate what that potential assemblage of properties can generate in terms of future taxes, there is the possibility of having, as a special taxing district, some fees associated with the parking that can provide up to $1.7 million. We estimate that initially the bond payments for this, the first year that the bond payments will kick, which we're estimating to be about 2017, would be about $1.5 to $2 million, and afterwards, if we amortize the whole $60 million, to be in the range of $4.3 million. But we've worked out different scenarios in which we can basically sustain this through different income streams.
How much money do you have to bond?
A total maximum bonding amount would be about $60 million.
So John, can you give us the genesis of how this happened on the record here?
Sure, absolutely. We explored opportunities both within the state of Connecticut and outside of Connecticut, and I think we wanted to stay in Hartford County, and we're thrilled to be able to be back in the capital city.
Why not stay in New Britain?
Yeah.
Can you address that? Why not stay in New Britain?
We've had a great relationship with the city of New Britain. We have been there for 20 years. We've satisfied all obligations of our lease. And in the lease coming up at the end of 2015, we explored our opportunities, and the ability to bring baseball to the capital city was just a tremendous opportunity that we couldn't pass on. The ability to provide our fans with a state-of-the-art facility at the junction of two major highways in downtown Hartford was something that we couldn't pass up. Thank you.
Can you talk about the infrastructure changes? You mentioned raising Trumbull Street. It's kind of an awkward lot, not an easy access to that. What will have to be done to the city to make it work?
Well, we're working. Remember, we have other venues in near proximity, so we've spoken about scheduling and the proper scheduling of events in order to prevent any undue traffic problems. There is a slight street realignment on Trumbull that would need to happen of about 10 feet in order to assemble a sufficiently large area to construct the stadium to seat the number of people and have a regular acceptable size of a field. So we've been working on these issues now for close to 17 months in terms of preparing analysis, conducting the market analysis in terms of actual number of jobs, financial impact of this upon our city. So we work in those issues. We've estimated that the average vehicle brings approximately 3.3 people, which we estimate to be about 2,500 cars. There's sufficient parking in the area already existing, so we do not need to build any additional parking. So I think we've done the analysis. I'm very comfortable that it's a responsible plan. I'm very convinced that it will meet the objectives of economic development, and we're going to continue to move forward.
Mr. Mayor, what kind of approvals do you still need to approve? What makes you think you need a timetable? What happened in 2016? What happened?
We're very confident that we can meet the date. That's why we needed to have this announcement as promptly as possible. Our planning department and our development services department has undergone a major transformation internally. Permits and things that used to take many months, now expedited processes can get those permits out running very, very smoothly. Development Services is conducting and compiling a checklist of all the approvals that are needed. We have eliminated a lot of the sort of red tape that existed at one point, and we're very confident, and I have the assurances from our attorneys and Development Services that we can meet that schedule.
What can you say about the traffic concerns about?
The first one is, how did you come up with the $2 million annual revenue? The second question is that this part of the city has long been known to be isolated by I-84. The ballpark has been made in some of the downtown north plans that the city has created. Does this run the risk? Do you think this will integrate that part of the city, a baseball stadium that is operational 3 months of the year? Does it run the risk of further isolating the north end of the city?
Well, we're hoping that this facility could be used year-round. There's about 70 plus games, local games that will be scheduled. We're hoping to bring in the collegiate community. I think it will help to connect. I think that the rent payments that we will be getting, approximately $500,000, $500,000, which represents the second highest rent payment in the Eastern League. We will also get, once we're past the initial $50,000, get half of the revenue for naming rights. So that will yield us at least another $250,000 in addition to the $500,000 rent payments. We've worked out different scenarios and competing scenarios. I have no doubt that we'll be able to repay the bonds. With regards to, I think actually its location, given at the crossroads of the highways, is actually more a positive than a negative. It'd be totally accessible, and it also serves to accelerate the pace of development in that area because of the location to the highways.
$2 million annual tax revenue, where's that?
No, that's the debt service.
It says increased tax revenue.
Oh, we estimated about $2 million in sales taxes. Most of it goes to the state as revenue. That will go to the state.
Do you have a developer?
No developer as of this point. We've identified, I believe, Tom Della? We've identified 2 developers that this is construction of a stadium. So it's not like you have, 20 companies in the state that build stadiums. So it's very restricted pool of developers. But we've identified at least 2 that will be capable of undertaking this work.
Can you talk about the traffic and how the response to traffic problems that people are concerned about?
We will continue to. We have traffic studies that we have completed. We have traffic studies that we can continue to undertake in order to make sure that it is easily accessible. But a big component of this is also making sure that we have the level of coordination with the other venues so that we can actually plan events. It's a good problem to have, that we can actually tap into the over 300,000 cars that on a daily basis pass through that intersection of 91 and 84 to be able to harness that vehicular traffic and that energy to create some good downtown development.
Mayor, with this stadium,
Guys, last question.
building this stadium, is there any view or any vision of maybe expanding it later, room to expand for possibly a AAA team?
Let's take things one moment at a time. I think we're making a major transition from bringing a professional team back. Obviously, I think that you've witnessed that I'm trying to take advantage of each and every opportunity, but let's take it one day at a time. Thank you.